So let's get on to a couple of other Mitt Romney topics. Another important one is this accusation that's flying back and forth now about whether Mitt Romney is or is not an outsourcer. Now, Mitt Romney has put together a bunch of commercials that are hitting Barack Obama, accusing him of being outsourcer in chief and all sorts of other stuff. Now, I actually looked at a bunch of these commercials. There are some that in the full 30 seconds, there is not any actual fact presented about why Barack Obama is being accused of being an outsourcer. You hear the ominous music, and then you hear, what else do you hear? You hear the narrator say, Barack Obama outsources jobs. Don't vote for Barack Obama. He doesn't care about American jobs. Vote for Mitt Romney. Basically that for 30 seconds. Absolutely not a single actual fact presented there. Where do we actually have facts? Well, we have facts in Mother Jones today in a great piece of reporting by David Korn. David Korn is now revealing that Mitt Romney has invested millions of dollars when he was at Bain Capital in a Chinese firm that profited directly, actually, let me go further, that depended exclusively on American outsourcing to make money. Did you hear what I said, Lewis? Depended exclusively on that. Unbelievable.
Yes. I believe it.
Well, here are the details. To give you some background, last month Mitt Romney's campaign got into this back and forth because the Washington Post put out an article saying that Bain Capital invested in a number of U.S. companies which outsourced jobs to China and India. Then the retaliation was, well, it's not true. Well, it wasn't when Mitt Romney actually worked at Bain Capital. We say he left in February of 1999. Well, the Boston Globe today has a report out, which we have not independently confirmed, but the Boston Globe is reporting that it's actually not true, that it turns out that Romney may have been at Bain Capital for months or even years after we are hearing that he left in February of 1999. Let's put that aside completely. For a second, let's buy in to the Romney propaganda that Romney had nothing to do with anything at Bain Capital that took place after February of 99. Just for now, let's buy into that.
Okay.
Let's look at what we can find before February of 99. Well, as David Korn says, and this is incredible, Mitt Romney was involved in investing in a company, Chinese manufacturing company, called Global Tech Appliances, based in Hong Kong, which depended on U.S. outsourcing for its profits, and actually said explicitly that outsourcing from the U.S. to China was crucial to its success. Okay, in other words, Romney invested in a company, millions of dollars in a company, that outwardly stated that it depends on the U.S. sending jobs to China for its survival, and the company survived, meaning that the U.S. continued to send jobs to China under the Bain-Romney investment. Okay, now this again runs counter to this idea that Romney is tough on China. Romney is going to, what did he say?
Bring jobs back to America.
Bring jobs back to America, not outsource jobs to China. Maybe it's a conspiracy. Maybe what he did was outsource all these jobs to China.
So he can bring them back.
So now he can bring them back. Maybe that's the strategy. It's the grand conspiracy theory about Mitt Romney. Somehow I don't think so. Somehow I think he's just lying. He said, we will not let China continue to steal jobs from the U.S. And of course, he was part of the reason that was happening.
If he became president, he'd probably outsource the presidential cabinet to China.
There you go. It'd probably be much cheaper. You could save a ton on healthcare.
I know.
So April 17th, 1998.
Then you can rent out the White House.
He could rent out his car elevator.
Yeah.
You could get a ton of indigent workers living actually in your car elevator if it's big enough.
Why not?
Hell of an idea. April of 1998, Brookside Capital Partners Fund, which was a Bain Capital affiliate, filed a report with the SEC saying it acquired about 6% of Global Tech Appliances. That's the Hong Kong-based company. It manufactured household appliances in Dongguan, China. According to another SEC filing, Brookside added more to its investment, adding to 10% ownership. Both SEC filings identify one Mr. W. Mittens Romney as the sole shareholder, sole director, president, and chief executive officer of Brookside, Inc., one of these subsidiaries of Bain Capital. That's it. You know, do I really need to go through all the details? It looks like around, if you estimate around $19 a share purchase, about $14 million in the company that Mitt Romney held. That's what it is. You know, it's just lies. When you see those ads that say Obama's the outsourcer in chief, ominous voice, ominous music, no fact, question it and realize that it's actually Mitt Romney who's doing the outsourcing.
And this is the business experience that people love about Mitt Romney.
Right.
right?
This type of business experience, outsourcing jobs and supporting companies that depend on the outsourcing of jobs to China, that's what's going to make him a good president. That's what we're hearing.
The man knows how to make money, but it's going to come out of your pocket.
Absolutely.
Yeah.